Hi, I'm Dr. Sujane Valarich. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to tell you about something exciting that I've discovered. I found the fountain of youth. I found a way to turn back the clock so that 50 feels like 30 and 60 is the new 40. I'm 65 and I feel great. I feel young, I feel fit and healthy and vital and alive and strong. This fountain of youth is really simple, no big secret. Diet and exercise. That's it. That's all it is. We all know this, so all we have to do is remember what we know. Diet and exercise.
Switch to the other side.
Here at the hospital, we treat everything from broken arms to broken hearts. You'll be well cared for when sick, but I doubt that you will be given the tools that move you from wellness to fitness. How do you go from wellness to fitness, especially if you're over 50? As seniors, we need to be responsible for our own well-being. I'd like to show you how I do this and introduce you to some friends of mine so you can see what works for us.
8, 9, 10. As soon as you get warmed up, try to get to that toe, please. See what happens, his chest gets out in front of him, his shoulders go back.
I'm David Radwine and I'm 58 years old.
I'm Karen Paisley. I'm going to be 64 years old this year.
My name's James Lestico. I have been in CrossFit for a little over 3.5 years.
My name is Bob Buckles, Buckles.
I'm Trudy Nelson, and I'm 58 years old.
I've always struggled with weight issues most of my life, and health problems. Both my parents had heart issues, blood pressure, high blood pressure.
I knew that I needed to do something, and that's what got me going. We talked. I started 2 days later, and that was almost 2 years ago.
I was going to the Y and I was working out, but all I was doing was the same machines and the same elliptical thing every day, and was just in a rut, wasn't going anywhere.
Well, I had bad knees, and I had 30% third-degree burns due to an unfortunate accident at work, and this has helped to stretch out all that scar tissue.
Well, I'm trying to keep up with my husband. He's the guy over there, you'll see with the 72 on his chest. He's killing me. He's one that had the idea to begin with. We have a bet, and it's who can ski the longest, water ski the longest. It's hard, and women lose a lot of upper body strength as they age. So I've found that I've got to really hold on tight and to keep from having my arms pulled out of their sockets to get out of the water. You know, those are the types of things that we're trying to keep doing. You know, snow skiing, water skiing, scuba diving, golfing. I mean, you just want to be able to keep it up and keep going. And he can do those things, and we want to do those things together. So that's a lot of why we're here.
Elbows inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
My name is Len Namovich, and I'll be 60 years old this summer.
I'm Dr. Craig Bax, and I'm 61 years old.
I'm Doug Nelson, and I'm 72 years old.
I'm Diane Hillard-Sumble, and I'm 57 years old. Well, when I first started, and I was a triathlete, and I could run and bike and do kind of level activities, even jumping, things like that, then Mike asked me to do a squat, just a simple air squat. And you would have thought I had never squatted in my life. Now, I used to weight train in college. I used to do machines, but to do a functional air squat, I was forward, my posture was off, my gluteals weren't working. So to dissect that motion and to get me to do a functional squat was kind of a feat. But once I got it, and things like that we learn in this class, functional movements is what it's all about in life. So free weights and things like that, they do correspond to what we're going to do in life, whether it's leaning down to pick something up, whether it's putting a suitcase up above in the airplane, bringing groceries home, things like that. So the movements that we learn here might just seem like weights, but they do translate.
I was getting ready to go on a motorcycle trip with a friend of mine to Alaska, and I felt like I needed to get in better shape, and so I asked Mike if he could propose a program for me that was about a month just for me to get in shape. And 4 years later, I'm still here, so I feel like I've gotten a lot out of it. It's been a good experience for me. My wife and I do this together.
Well, we started on a one-on-one class. Doug and I worked with Mike for 3 months, 6 days a week. And it was very intimidating. I could jump rope 3 times without having a bladder problem. I mean, that's embarrassing to say on camera, but these are the types of things that you have to deal with. And we just had to work through it. And he was very encouraging and helped us each step of the way.
I never thought I was the kind of person that would get involved in a class, a group activity. More than likely, I would always just do things on my own. So the idea of a class was probably not what I expected. But when I got here, and I saw how hard the people worked, but they're a great group of people, it was really easy. So it's not. I didn't expect that I would like it, but I really did.
When I started 3.5 years ago, I lost about 15 pounds and was in great shape. We have a 90-day boot camp where you just, he really gives you everything that you can handle. And then you graduate to appropriate class, which for me was the longevity group.
I mean, very intimidating, especially since I never really exercised in a class environment other than since high school when I was part of a basketball team. But Mike, pushed me, challenged me, showed me that I could do more than I thought I could, and it really opened up my eyes that having the support of a group is very important to maintaining one's commitment to the program. So I've been sticking with it it'll be close to 5 years now in May.
When I first started, we had smaller classes, and actually it's almost a one-on-one when you first start to get you in shape before you can come to this class almost, because you've got to work up to it. You can't just walk in and start exercising. So I was not intimidated. Everybody's nice. It's kind of a community now. So we're all good friends, and if you don't come for a while, someone will say, "Kieran, what's going on?" Or if you go on vacation or something, that's okay. But no, it's a good community feel.
4, 3, 2, 1, down. I am Mike Suadolic, and I am 74 years old.
I'm Nat Radwine. I'm 61 years old.
I'm Frank Ramirez, and I'm 57 years old.
I'm Richard McDaniel. I'm 76 years old. Been part of CrossFit for about 2.5 years now.
A buddy of mine was a member at one of the gyms in town, and I had a wedding coming up, and he says, you might like what they do over there at the gym. They jump on boxes, they lift weights. He said, you used to be kind of athletic when you were in high school. He says, you might like it. And at the time, I was looking for something to drop a few pounds, for a tuxedo, marrying my daughter off. And so I tried it, and there's an on-ramp process and stuff like that. And I just I don't know why I kept coming back, but I just enjoyed the challenge of the workouts.
Well, my story is, going back a little ways, is that I've gained a lot of weight over the years. Over 80 pounds since I was a young man. My brother does this class, does CrossFit. He's been asking me to get involved for years. I was diagnosed with diabetes type 2 13 years ago. Metformin, insulin, didn't lose weight. I started CrossFit 6 months ago. I've lost 25 pounds, and I recently got off of insulin. So that's huge. The 25 pounds is huge, but I'd like to lose more. But it's the getting away from the medicine that's big for me.
I'm a member of Rotary Club, and there were 2 gentlemen in my club that were doing CrossFit, and I knew that I was, again, retired, gaining weight, and getting a whole lot less flexible, and they encouraged me to come and join. Also, the physician, Craig Bax, was part of the club, and was very instrumental in not only the CrossFit, but also proper dietary changes that I needed in my life.
What we're really about is health. And this is really, most people know this. You just can't sit in a chair all day long, okay? And if there is a goal in here there's a lot of people that take medication. And the reason they're taking medication is because their body's not functioning. So our goal is also to get people to take less medication in as much as possible, none. And half of the people in the United States are overweight or obese. So we want them as lean as possible, to get them as lean. So what we eat, that's 80% of what we focus on. And you know, the big killer is sugar and processed foods. And a lot of people don't hardly drink any water until they come in here. And we'd like them to drink around a gallon a day, if possible. And once they start doing it, they get used to that. And, you know, outside of having to go to the bathroom so many times, it's a pretty good deal. To get rid of the toxins in their body.
Well, I think the general sense is that this is a little too extreme especially for people our age or older. You get the concern, well, you know, people get hurt while they ignore the fact that by being sedentary and eating bad, that people die, you know, from cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So there's an awful lot of inertia and self-defensiveness, I think, in the mainstream. They want to believe that what they're doing is really making a difference, and it does, but anytime we're challenged with something new, there's a defensiveness and a desire to maintain the status quo.
CrossFit helps me in my day job. I'm on my feet a lot. I'm a chef, so I'm standing and I'm chopping and I'm lifting things, and I can get through the day much better. I notice when I'm lifting heavy things, I squat down and do it the correct way, and I've had a better time with my lower back issues. So CrossFit's been very helpful.
Well, the longevity class is awesome because it's pretty much people who are 50 and older. So you think you're coming in, they're going to have some compassion for the ailments that people who are a little bit older have. Mike is not quite as forgiving as I'd like, but he certainly, you know, puts us through our paces. All of them. The trainers are superb. Molly, Tim, Mike, they totally know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing physically to see them go from, I don't want to call them soft, coming in soft, but they really develop muscle. And it's great to see their bellies and their shoulders. And more importantly, though, you can see it from the inside out. You can tell they're glowing a little bit more. They've got a little bit more drive in life. So the physical changes that we see go hand in hand with the emotional, internal changes that we see as well. So I can almost see both at the same time. I can see the muscle, but I can also see the emotional confidence and drive that it's given them.
Okay, I'll say go, hit it, hold the ball. Okay, ready?
My ability to work out is increased dramatically. I think that's the biggest difference. Is just physically, I feel stronger. My agility's better.
I am so much more mobile, so much better to able just to deal with the stress of the day. It's been great.
Well, clearly, I lost 55 pounds, mostly fat. I gained some muscle. I've gotten way more fit, more functional. I can do things that I couldn't do even when I was a teenager. Frankly, I think I'm in the best physical condition of my life thanks to this program. And it's also opened up all kinds of horizons for me, both professionally and personally. My patients actually pay attention to the advice I give them now because they see a better example. They don't see a hypocrite telling them to do one thing while I'm doing another.
Well, again, I was retired and slowing down. I was having trouble reaching my feet to tie my shoes. This has given me a great bit more flexibility. I feel a lot more secure walking or climbing steps. My balance is much better. And I'm able to do a lot of chores or tasks that I was beginning to phase out of. I help at the local community garden. I was into the tilling and everything else, and this has made it possible to continue.
So I've gotten in better shape. I feel so much better. I have more energy. I can focus more at work. I just love it. It's good for us.
Just a great experience. I'd recommend it for anybody. I mean, I'm 72 and I feel like I still have a few years left in me, and I just feel like you're able to enjoy your time more if you're in better shape, and you'll have a little bit more energy. So I think it's been a great experience.
Have no plans on retiring from what I'm doing professionally or retiring from CrossFit. I'm just going to keep going as long as I'm capable.
But yeah, it's for me, you know, and these people that I'm in class with, they inspire me, they motivate me, and the energy that surrounded me in that moment is what gets me through, you know, and I'm sure it helps them too.
Well, I particularly like this group of people. They don't judge, they don't compete, they help each other, but they'll push each other also. And so it's a great class. I can't imagine there's a better group in town doing CrossFit at our age. I don't think there is. If anyone thinks they're too old to start, they're not.
What a great group of people to be with 5 days a week. They really are. As I said, I have found nothing but encouragement here and we're from all walks of life. And it is just a very positive and a very uplifting experience to come here.
I love our longevity class. I've gotten to know them all very well. I've been fortunate enough to be able to stay in their class for at least a half hour every 4 or 5 days. I'll be in the corner doing my own thing, but just kind of observing what's going on. And I've learned so much from them in terms of just having the right mindset when it comes to fitness. They're all in here to come in and move as best as they possibly can. To not worry about, getting older and not being able to function. And that to me is so inspiring, and I really admire all of them.
Are you surprised? It's CrossFit. It's CrossFit that gets us from wellness to fitness. Here is where you will find diet and exercise, dietary advice, nutrition education, eating plans, and of course, functional exercise. There are over 13,000 CrossFit affiliate gyms, boxes if you will, worldwide, and over half of those are in the United States. CrossFit estimates that over 2 million people are doing CrossFit workouts somewhere in the world on any given day. CrossFit is the #1 way that folks over 50 get in shape. So give yourself a gift. Open the door to fitness and well-being. Go for CrossFit.